Good morning, everyone. Today we will continue the topic tag questions. Earlier you have observed tags with forms of to be, that was group 1. Then tags with forms of am, and third group was tags with modal auxiliary. Forms of to be with the exception of am are repeated in the tag either in the positive or negative form. It depends on the statement given. Forms of am, if they are used as helping verbs, they are also repeated in the tag. But if forms of have as had are used as main verb, they are replaced by the forms of do. Modal auxiliaries are easy. They are repeated in the tag either in the positive or negative forms. 3 groups you have observed. Today we begin with group 4. Tags with main verbs. If there is a main verb in the sentence, it cannot be repeated in the tag. It is replaced by the form of do in the tag. Main verb. It is replaced by form of do. Do, does, did, or their negative. For example, he sings well. Sings is main verb. It cannot be repeated in the tag. It is replaced by the form of do. As the statement is positive, negative form of do is repeated, and as the verb has yes, subject is singular third person, so verb has yes, so negative form of do is doesn't here, doesn't he. The positive statement with main verb, if the statement is positive with main verb, it takes the negative form of do. Don't, doesn't, or didn't. It depends on the main verb in the sentence. Here it is sing, so doesn't. So if the statement is positive with main verb, negative forms of do are repeated in the tag according to the verb. Don't, doesn't, or didn't. For example, they knew all the answers. Knew is main verb. It is in the past tense, and so it will take the form of do, negative form of do, past tense, didn't he. She knows the matter well. Knows is the verb. Statement is positive. So negative form of do is doesn't here, doesn't she. I always work hard. Work. Simple present without yes, so negative form of do is don't I. So remember that if the statement is positive with the main verb, it takes the tag don't, doesn't, or didn't according to the verb in the sentence. This you have to remember. Then the negative statement with the main verb, if the statement is negative with the main verb, then positive forms of do are repeated in the tag. Do, does, or did. For example, I don't know the reply. Don't know, negative statement, negative verb. So positive form of do is repeated. Do I never drink coffee. Drink is the main verb. And because of never, negative adverb, the statement is negative. So the tag will be positive. Positive form of do I. So remember that the negative statement with the main verb takes the positive forms of do, does or did. It depends on the verb in the sentence. Now, group 5. It is very important. Tags with imperative sentences, or in new grammar we call them commands. Imperative sentences or commands express request, order, command, warning, urge, prayer. These sentences are class apart. It means they are totally different. Imperative sentence may be positive or negative. It takes the tag will you. I repeat, imperative sentence or command, no matter whether it is positive or negative, it takes the tag is fixed, and the tag is will you. For example, please give me your book, will you? Don't worry about the money, imperative, negative. But no matter, tag will not change, will you? Don't do it again, will you? Use your dictionary regularly, will you? So remember, imperatives always take the tag will you. But there is important note. If the imperative sentence is a rebuke means warning or taunt, or if it shows urgency, then it is very exceptional. It takes the tag can't you. Once again listen. Imperative sentence, if it is a rebuke means warning or a taunt, or if it shows urgency, then you cannot use will you have to use the tag can't you. Say for example, stand still, can't you? If you are on the playground, standing for the prayer assembly, and you are not standing well, your teacher will come and say you, stand still. You have to react immediately. You have to do that action immediately. It shows urgency. So there you cannot use will you have to use the tag can't you. Move away, can't you. If you are standing in the middle of the road and some car is speeding towards you and you are not aware of it, someone on the road will shout at you. He will say, move away. And you have to immediately move away. It shows urgency. So you have to use the tag, can't you. Use your common sense, can't you. In some matters, you have to use your common sense, presence of mind, then and there only, not afterwards. So it shows urgency. It is a kind of warning, taunt, rebuke also. So here you have to use the tag can't you. Remember once again I will repeat. Regular imperative sentences or commands take the tag will you. But if it is a rebuke, warning or taunt or shows urgency, then instead of will you have to use the tag can't you. It's very important. Say for example, the imperative sentence, one statement I use, they are class apart. It means they are totally different. And therefore you have to remember will you or can't you. Now let's proceed next. Group 6. Sentence beginning with let's plus verb. Let's go, let's play, let's do. This type of construction is used to suggest something. We use this construction to make some suggestion. And like imperative, these sentences are also same. Sentences beginning with let's plus verb may be positive or negative. Tag is fixed. As the imperatives take will you. Sentences beginning with let's plus verb may be positive or negative. Tag is fixed. The tag is shall we. Let's play the game of chess. Shall we? Let's not jump from this great height. Shall we? Let's not go out in the rain. Shall we? So imperative take will you. Let's construction take shall we. Then very important suggestion about this. About subject of the tag. In the first group you learned that how do we form a tag. Construction of tag is verb plus subject. Verb plus subject. Subject is always important. If it is a form of to be, we repeat the verb. But after that we have to use the subject. Subjects are very important. These are different kinds of subjects of the tag. First, personal pronouns. I, we, he, they, you. Personal pronouns. They refer to a person. They are repeated. We work hard. Don't we? Subject we is repeated. It is personal pronoun. They are late. Aren't they? They is repeated. Personal pronoun. You are right. Aren't you? You is repeated. These are personal pronouns. So remember that personal pronouns are repeated in the tag. Second subject is very important. It is called formal subject. Sometimes sentence begin with there, this, that, these, those. They are called formal subject. Or another name in grammar is they are called introductory subject, or third name is grammatical subject. Just for the sake of keeping the meaning, they are used. Say for example, there are 100 students in my class. There are 100 students in my class. Statement is positive, tag will be negative. We are speaking about students here, but your tag will not be aren't they, not that, because the sentence begins with there, it is introductory subject, formal subject or grammatical subject. Same is to be repeated. There are 100 students in my class. Aren't there? This is right. Isn't there? That is wrong. Isn't that? These are not proper things. These are not proper things. Are these? Or it may be those. So these are called introductory, formal or grammatical subjects. They are repeated in the tag. Third is very important. Generalizing pronoun. It is one. Apparently, it appears singular. Suppose if I say in the class, addressing to 100 students, one should work hard. It doesn't carry the literal meaning. If there are 100 students and if I say, one should work hard, it doesn't mean that one should work hard. 99 students should not work hard. Not that. One means all. One should work hard means all should work hard. It carries general meaning. That's why in grammar, one is called generalizing pronoun. And if the sentence begins with one, as it is a pronoun, the same is repeated in the tag. For example, one should work hard. Shouldn't one? If the statement begins with everyone, everybody, no one, nobody, they are replaced by the pronoun they in the tag. This is exception. Once again I will repeat. Personal pronoun repeated in the tag. Formal subjects, introductory subject or grammatical subject repeated in the tag. Generalizing pronoun one repeated in the tag. But if the sentence or statement begins with everyone, everybody, no one, nobody, in the tag, they are replaced by the pronoun they. It is very important because according to this subject, there is change in the verb. Say for example, everyone is right. Here the verb is singular. But in the tag, see the tag, aren't they? You cannot say isn't they. Because though the verb is, you are using the subject they, so the verb should agree with this subject. Aren't they? So verb is to be changed. Subject and verb always they should agree. In grammar it is called concurred. C-O-N-C-O-R. Agreement of the verb with the subject. Verb should always agree with the subject. And this rule states that these pronouns, everyone, everybody, no one, nobody, are replaced by they in the tag. The earlier verb is to be changed. Everybody knows him well. Though the verb is with yes, you cannot use here doesn't. Because doesn't always agrees with third person singular subject. And here you are using the subject they, so the earlier form should be changed. Instead of doesn't, it should be don't. Nobody was present in the class. You cannot say wasn't there. You cannot say. Here, the statement is also negative. Tag should be positive. So instead of was, you have to use were because it should agree with the subject they. No one never. Statement is negative. So it should be actually did they. Because no one is negative and name is in the past tense. So you have to say did they. So I will repeat this. Last point is very important. Subjects of the tag are very important. There are 4 groups. Personal pronouns repeated as they are. Formal subjects or they are called introductory subject or grammatical subject. They are repeated in the tag. There, they, that, these, those. These are formal subjects. Generalizing pronoun one repeated in the tag. Then, if the statement begins with everyone, everybody, no one, nobody, in the tag, these pronouns are replaced by the pronoun they, and therefore earlier verb should have a plural form. And if it is form of do, it may be do, don't, if it is past, did or didn't, but never does or doesn't. Those verbs don't agree with this plural subject. So there are 4 kinds of subjects. Remember this. Now in all there are, you have almost 6 groups. If you want to add a tag, first group, tag with forms of to be, with the exception of am. Tag with forms of have. If have is used as main verb, then it is not repeated. It is replaced by forms of do. Third, modal auxiliary. Fourth, main verbs. Main verbs are replaced by forms of do, may be positive or negative. It depends on the given statement. Fifth, imperative or commands are class apart. Imperative sentences, tag is fixed. Imperative may be positive or negative. Tag is will you. But exception is if the imperative sentence is a rebuke, it's a taunt, or it shows urgency, then the tag is can't you. You have to be very watchful about this. Then sentences beginning with let's plus verb may be positive or negative. Tag is fixed. Shall we? After all these forms of verb, then the subjects. Sometimes subjects goes wrong, and therefore you have to be alert. Subject is very important. Personal pronoun, formal subject, generalizing pronoun one, then pronouns like everyone, everybody, no one, nobody. You have to replace them with the pronoun they in the tag, and accordingly you have to check the earlier verb, because verb should always agree with this subject. So if you remember these four groups of verbs and four kinds of subjects, your sentence will never go wrong. I think this is the detailed information about adding a tag question, and you have to use the tag. Earlier I told you in conversations. Therefore, pronunciation is also important. When we read a tag, intonation is important. Intonation means rising, falling tone. Imperative sentence, suppose if I say, let's play a game of chess. Beginning with let's play a game of chess. Shall we? This should be the tone of reading. Don't worry about this matter. Don't worry about this matter. Will you? Rising tone. So while reading, using in conversation, you have to pay attention to your pronunciation. That is we call intonation. And intonation is rising, falling tone in a speech. So these are the instructions about using a tag question. Remember this and try the exercises. Time and again you have to go through the rules. Actually, no rules. You can call them suggestions, instructions, information. If you read this, you can master this topic. Okay, and thank you.